All right, here we go. Wednesday, July 1st. It's already July. Crazy, right? Just me today. No Bree, no AJ, nobody. They did not want to hang out with me today, but that's fine. We're going to do this thing together. Like I said, Wednesday, mobility. We're starting off with something called bear flows today. Just a name we kind of came up with. We're going to do 5 of these total. So, starting in the top of a plank, we're going to go into a down dog, couple heel pumps in the back, get the calves ready to go. Then we're going to go into our cobra here, shift around for a sec, back up to the top of the plank, flip it over here. Your knees are going to be bent now, and I want to try and shift back and forth here and kind of get into the shoulders a little bit. And then you're going to flip back over, and that's 1. So you're going to do that 5 times there. All right, take your time there. Again, that's our mobility for the day. So that's just a good opportunity for you to listen to your body, see what's going on, what's sore, what's stiff, and kind of work on those spots. All right, moving on to our warm-up. 1 minute of cardio. All right, we got our typical 5-minute warm-up today. So we're starting off 1 minute of cardio, running, jumping, high knees, butt kickers, anything to get the heart rate up a little bit. And then you have a 4-minute EMOM of 8 goblet lunges and 8 single dumbbell strict press. So I got my dumbbell here. Those goblet lunges are going to be held either this way or this way, whichever one you prefer. Let's go goblet here, right? 8 total lunges here. So 4 each side, and then you'll have 8 single dumbbell strict press. And I'm actually going to hold the strict press here now. Core tight, dumbbell overhead. I'll show you this way. Make sure we're getting all the way overhead. Dumbbell's not out in front of you. Directly overhead. All right? So there's your warm-up. Put that dumbbell down. Let's get into the first section here. All right? It's no joke. When you do these things by yourself, you like breathe heavy and you're trying to talk at the same time. It's kind of hard. Okay. First section here. More of a strength section. We got a 5-minute AMRAP of 10 alternating bicycle crunches, 10 glute bridges, and 10 leg lifts. So those bicycle crunches will be on our back, hands behind your head here, kind of in a little bit of a hollow position so our shoulders don't stay on the ground the whole time. Shoulders are going to be off the ground, elbow to the knee here. So 10 alternating, making sure just like our hollow holds that you have your lower back on the ground only. When you shift, it's okay if your other shoulder hits the ground, but we want to try to limit that as much as possible. After the crunches, you'll have 10 glute bridges. Right here, squeeze the butt all the way up to the top. Hips are open now. Straight line from my knees all the way to my shoulders. Hopefully. I can't tell. But hopefully we're there. And then you'll have 10 leg lifts. So I'll be here. If you need to put your hands kind of underneath your butt a little bit, that's okay. Feet together, toes pointed, legs straight. Lift up, back down. Lift up, back down. So you have 10 of these. All right? You'll have a 5-minute AMRAP there with those 3 movements. That's your first part. Strength section, I think on SugarWOD, it's called a full body pump. Sick. All right, part B. I'm calling them A, B, and C here. But our main workout of the day, 8-minute EMOM. All right. First minute, you'll have a cardio of your choice. Right, again, running, jump roping. Get your bike out. Take your bike around the block if you can do that. Within the minute, right? That'd be really cool. I haven't seen that yet. But cardio of your choice in minute 1. And then minute 2, you AMRAP these 3 movements. So you bring your dumbbell back out. You have an AMRAP of 4 deadlifts with just 1 dumbbell. So that can either be holding it this way and deadlift, or you hold it long ways, kind of the bow tie way, right? And you hinge over and deadlift, bring that dumbbell to mid-shin, and then back up to the top. So 4 deadlifts there. Then once the dumbbell comes back up to the top, you have 4 curls. We're getting jacked today, you guys. Try to avoid the swing, right? Pin those elbows down to the rib cage and be as strict as you possibly can there. After 4 curls, you have 4 push press. And you AMRAP those 3 things within that minute there. So an 8-minute EMOM of those 2 sections. and then you rest for 2 minutes. I clearly need it. Thought the altitude of being gone for a little while would help me. It is not. All right, 2 minutes is up. 12-minute AMRAP now. You have 12 up downs with a jump at the top for height, actually. Then you have 12 crossbody mountain climbers for a 2 count. And then you have 24 plank shoulder taps. So our up down plus a vertical. I'm going to move away from those rings so I don't hit my head. But plank, jump up, and then go for height. Trying to go for height on those jumps. If you need to, and then reload and go, that's totally fine, you guys. Any way we can get to a tall vertical jump there. Our crossbody mountain climbers. Top of a plank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, we get the picture there. Knee goes across the body, and it's a 2 count. So I usually count my right side. So every time I do my right side, that's going to be 1. That's just me personally. And then you'll have 24 plank shoulder taps. Top of a plank, shoulders slightly in front of the hands. Shift over, tap, tap. You'll have 24 of these here. If you need to spread your feet out behind you a little bit to find a little bit more stability, that's okay. What we want to avoid is these guys. My hips just rolling back and forth. I want to keep my hips nice and stable here. Spreading the feet out is going to help. All right, that's all of the second section, the main workout of the day. Our finisher now is going to be a 5-minute AMRAP. You're going to grab your single dumbbell again. You'll have 7 dumbbell halos going left or clockwise or however you want to say it, going one direction, and then 7 going back the other direction. Then you have 14 standing skull crushers. So, dumbbell halos. We're going to start right here. 7 in one direction, right? 7 full rotations, and then you'll switch it and go back the other direction here. Now notice my core is staying tight, my rib cage is down. I'm not doing a bunch of weird things with my midsection here. Nice and stable in that midline. And then you'll have 14 standing skull crushers. Elbows stay in the same exact spot. Back behind you. Extend at the top. 14 of these. All right? Good little shoulder and tricep burner right there to finish it off. Whew. All right, moving on. Point of performance. It's going to be the midline today, you guys. Lots of midline stability work. Like I said earlier about those bicycle crunches, get the shoulders off the ground. Glute bridges, you have to stay tight in your core. Don't arch the lower back. And then leg lifts, right? That's all core right there also. Then when we start getting into the up downs and the crossbody mountain climbers, plank shoulder taps, a lot of those have that hollow body gymnastics shape that we talk about, right? So we need to maintain that shape as best we can. If you start to lose that, stop. Rest for a second. Maybe shake your arms out, give your shoulders a little break, then get back into that movement, get into that nice hollow body position, right? Here is not what we're talking about. Here is where we need to be. Me pressing my scaps to the ceiling, right? Pushing my lower back up if I can. I'm trying to have a nice rounded back here, keeping my core super tight. Scales. Really shouldn't be any today, right? Talked about the up down with the jump. If you need to take a little pause in between that there to make sure you find your balance and you can keep your knees out and your feet straight when you go to jump, that's okay. But there really shouldn't be any real scales today. We're not really changing any movements. If you need to, you can talk to your coach on Zoom, or we can figure it out there. All right? Recovery today. You're going to get your old handy-dandy lacrosse ball, and we're going to get into that rear delt, and we're going to spend a little bit of time into the rhomboid too. So I'm going into my rear delt here. Oh, that's nasty. A lot of times we work internal rotation. I also want to work external rotation here, you guys. We miss that a lot, I think. It's something Kelly really attacks a lot, actually, is that, especially when we're smashing with the shoulder, is that we often miss this external rotation piece, trying to get the back of my hand to the ground here. And I can feel that right now. That's really sore. Oh, that's nasty. And then we're going to get into the rhomboids right in between the scaps. Now, normally we do this with You can do this with a peanut. I know not everybody at home has a peanut, so we can still do this with one ball, right? Right into that rhomboid down in here. Roll on and find that spot in between your scap, and yeah, that's gnarly too. And I want to just be moving this arm around. I can do some little snow angels here, up over my head, across my body, around that way. Lots of different things. Just want to be active while we're smashing this rhomboid. You can even kind of give yourself a little bear hug here, and then wiggle around, and you'll find some spots in there that are going to be pretty spicy after today. Lots of shoulder stability, lots of core. July 1st. Summer's here. Have a good one, you guys.